Have you ever reached a moment in life when your days suddenly felt empty? Not because something bad happened, but because something that once filled your time quietly disappeared. For years your days may have followed a rhythm. Wake up early. Go somewhere important. Be needed by someone. Then one day that rhythm stops. The schedule disappears. The days become quiet. And a simple question begins to appear in the mind. What am I supposed to do now? Many people experience this moment at different stages of life. Sometimes after retirement. Sometimes after a major responsibility ends. Sometimes when life simply changes direction. Today's story is about a woman named Saaya, who faced this moment in her life. Saaya had been a teacher for more than 30 years. Generations of children had studied in her classroom. Students respected her. Parents trusted her. Teachers admired her patience. When the day of her retirement arrived, the school organized a farewell. Students brought flowers. Some stood quietly with tears in their eyes. A few teachers spoke about her dedication. The hall was filled with emotion. Saaya stood there smiling, but inside she knew something important was ending. After the ceremony she returned home quietly. That evening she sat by the window remembering the years she had spent teaching. The next morning Saaya woke up early out of habit. For decades her mornings had begun the same way. Wake up early. Prepare for school. Review lessons. She finished her house chores quickly. Then she stepped outside the door. And suddenly she stopped. For the first time in many years. She was not going to school. There was nowhere she needed to be. She stood there quietly for a moment. Then she slowly returned inside. She changed her sari and wore a comfortable dress. She turned on the television. But the quiet inside the house felt strange. Days slowly began to feel longer. Earlier her mornings had a rhythm. School bells. Students asking questions. Teachers discussing lessons. Now the house was quiet. Sometimes she woke up early and wondered, why should I wake up early now? She never imagined that having nothing urgent to do could feel this strange. Afternoon Saaya went to the market to buy vegetables. As she was walking past a shop, a young man suddenly approached her. Before she could understand what was happening, he bent down and touched her feet. "Madam, do you remember me?" Saaya looked at his face carefully. After a moment she smiled. "Yes, you were in my class." The young man laughed happily. "Yes, madam. I was the student who always struggled with science." Then he said something that surprised her. "I am now the CEO of a company." Saaya looked at him with disbelief. He continued smiling. "Madam, you once told me something I never forgot. You said not everyone has to be good at everything, but everyone must find a purpose in life. You held my hand when I was failing. That is why I kept trying." Then he said softly, "I hope all your students make you proud like this." Saaya walked home that evening deep in thought. At night she asked herself something she had not asked before. If purpose made his life meaningful, what is my purpose now? She took a notebook and began writing her daily routine. Wake up, cook, clean, watch television, sleep. When she looked at the list, she felt shocked. Her days had become empty, not because she had retired, but because she had stopped being who she was. Saaya turned the page and began writing again. This time she wrote things she could do. Visit old friends, help children with studies, plant flowers in the garden, travel to places she had never had time to visit, help people in the community. The next morning she finished her housework quickly and went to visit a friend she had not met in years. They laughed, talked, and shared stories. That evening she felt something she had not felt in weeks. Energy. The next day she knocked on a nearby house. A couple opened the door. Saaya said politely, "I was wondering if your children need tuition." The couple looked surprised. Then they smiled. "We were shy to ask you. You are such a respected teacher. We thought you would not give tuition. We would be very grateful." Saaya smiled and said, "I will come tomorrow." Slowly Saaya built a new rhythm for her life. In the mornings she guided a few neighborhood children with their studies. In the afternoons she worked in her small garden, growing flowers and vegetables. Some days she visited friends and relatives. Other days she helped children at a small community center. Sometimes she traveled to nearby places she had never explored before. Her life slowly filled with simple but meaningful moments. The school bells were gone. The school bells were gone. But her days had become full again. Sometimes life becomes quiet in a way we did not expect. It can happen after retirement, after a job ends, or when a routine that shaped your days suddenly disappears. For years your life may have had direction, waking up early, going somewhere, doing something that felt important. Then one day that structure is gone. At first it feels like rest. But after some time, many people begin to feel a strange emptiness. Because human beings are not meant to simply pass time. We feel better when our days have some meaning, even a small one. It does not have to be something big. Helping someone, learning something new, taking care of plants, meeting people, doing something that makes the day feel useful. Sometimes the important question is not, "What is my purpose in life?" Sometimes it is simply, "What small thing can I do today that will make this day feel worthwhile?"